It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.
Sway in the morning, president of the NAACP, Ben Jealous, is joining us. And let me ask you, the National Advancement Association for the Advancement of Colored People.
Yep.
A lot of us cringe when we hear colored because that's such an old school terminology.
It is old school.
And then but do you keep that on purpose just because of the brand, or?
Yeah, I mean, look, it just is. When you're 103 years old, you're not likely to change your name. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I think what's more important is that people understand why the name was changed and when it was changed. Because when we were founded in 1909, the name was the National Negro Association.
Yeah.
And a year later, W.E.B. Du Bois said, "Time to change the name." People were like, "We've just been around for a year." He said, "No, we're fighting white supremacy."
Yeah.
And it's not just Negroes who are oppressed.
Mm-hmm.
It's all people of color. Mm-hmm. And that's what that term meant back then. Colored people meant people of color. Now, most coloreds were black, right? So we think of it that way. But for the academics and the big thinkers like Dr. Du Bois, what he was saying was we're here to uplift blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, South Asians, everybody. Because at that point, we were fighting both segregation here and colonialism overseas. Mm-hmm. Let's get humanity to one level.
Okay.
That's what the idea is.
That's what the idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you this: in terms of hip hop culture has become the voice of the youth from the streets, more powerful, I dare say, than the NAACP in regards to how its reach and how it permeates in the community. What is the status of the relationship? Why I don't see a lot of artists, hip hop artists. Some of the top artists. If you talk about the Waynes or the Drakes or the 2 Chainz or the Nicki Minaj's or the Kanye's or the Ricky Rose's, do you have relationships with hip hop yet, or are you trying to reach out?
Yeah, no, we do. I mean, some of that's been helped. My god brother, who I grew up with, is Dave Chappelle, right? So we ran together from ages like 17 when we both moved to the same city. His dad's my godfather. So I came in with some of that, but the organization has deep relationships. Jamie Foxx, for instance, will be the voice this fall of our civic engagement program, because we're one of the few groups. We've been in Hollywood since 1915, and all those folks you mentioned, once a year we have them all on television for the big show that we do every year, the NAACP award show, and some of them stay involved. I mean, Nate Parker, who was in the Red Tails movie, has been out there working with us to fight mass incarceration. He's like going to some of these towns with me. Jeffrey Wright, who's an actor.
Incredible actor.
Yeah.
But these rappers
have
the attention of the youth more so than any of those names you named.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not where I would like it to be, but you've got people like The Game who was supposed to be here this weekend. We had Russell Simmons tweeting about the march, Kevin Lyles tweeting about the march, John Legend tweeting about the march. You and I have a challenge, right? I mean, the reality is that our generation, really, quite frankly, we're treated different than past generations. We were told that being involved in struggle was like our option.
Yeah.
Our parents had slayed big dragons. They ended segregation. Their grandparents, many of them, had been involved in ending slavery. We were supposed to be like Martin Luther King's kids.
Yeah.
And, by the time we got to be 18, 20, our parents realized, things aren't going the way we thought they would, right? But when we were born in the 70s, folks thought, things were going to get better any day. And so the difference in my family was that for 4 generations, we were in the NAACP, and our kids were always trained to fight.
Yeah.
I'm the 5th generation. I was told it was optional. My mission at the NAACP is to get our kids involved in struggle. And that's why we're focused right now on racial profiling, because our kids are being treated like criminals for simply being our kids.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.